My title is the Chief of Probation and Parole for District 12.
How long have you had this title?
I've been working for the Virginia Department of Corrections for about 20 years.
What is one thing you didn't expect from this job?
That's an interesting question. The one thing I didn't expect from this job is actually the one thing I did expect from this job. I just didn't expect it to be so fulfilling. When I took this position, I really wanted to help my community.
What does an average day of your job look like?
There are a lot of exciting things about my job that I get to do. Sometimes I get to go out and do home visits, or I get to go to court, or there are times where I spend in going to visit prisons. But the average day of my job is typically behind a desk, in meetings, talking to people. I'm either running a meeting or attending a meeting, and I do a lot of paperwork. I'll actually give you two interesting things about my job. The first thing that I find to be really interesting about my job is the people I get to work with. It's my co-workers and also the individuals who are on probation in my office. No 2 days are exactly alike, and I get to meet so many different people and from different walks of life, and I get to see them go from one stage of their life into another stage, which is usually better, and that's a really interesting part of my job. One thing I think that you will find interesting is that we have these little things called GPS trackers that we can put on people. They'll monitor where people go, and I can look on my phone and I can see where they go.
What is the hardest thing you've done at this job?
I think the hardest thing about my job is something that unfortunately I have to do every day. As you know, that my job is corrections, and I work with the prisons, and I also work with people who are on probation who have to follow rules and instructions from the court, and sometimes those individuals choose not to follow the rules. When that happens, unfortunately, I have to make the decisions to put them back in jail. And when I do that, it's probably the hardest part of my job, is when I see somebody go back to jail.
How much education do you need to have this job?
It's usually preferred that you have a 4-year degree in a field such as criminal justice or social work. I have a 4-year degree from Virginia Tech, and I went for family and child development.